And Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment delighted to have in the sulky trainer Dave Menary here. He's got one of the favorites, and he might go off the favorite in the Meadowlands Pace tonight. That's He's Watching, and I think you just told me off camera you're leading trainer at Mohawk right now, right?
Since we've been back at Mohawk, we've been having a pretty good go, and we've seen a lot of ups and downs, but things have been going pretty good lately.
Well, first of all, is this your first visit to the Meadowlands, and what do you think of the facility?
I love the facility. Actually, I stopped in the weekend of the Dan Patch Awards. We spent some time in New York City and here, and I was very impressed. I haven't raced here since 2004. I hope we can build on last week's success.
Have you ever had a win at the Meadowlands?
Last week in the elimination.
Well, before that, I meant.
No, I haven't. Haven't been lucky enough.
Oh, well, that was a terrific first win anyway. I'm from Ontario, and I had a chance to, I think, call a race that your father was in, Larry Menary. Give us a little background on your career.
I learned all the basics from my dad. He really taught me work ethic and to care for the animal and to take pride in my work. So I couldn't learn what I've learned so far. If he didn't lay the groundwork. But I've had a lot of guys that I've tried to pick a lot of things up from along the way.
And one of those guys, Pierre Bouvet was another guy. Right?
Yeah, Pierre was a super experience. He taught me a lot about trotters and just doing things a different way. And while I was with Pierre, I got to work a lot with Jimmy Tacker and a few of his horses, and Jean-Pierre Dubois, and I rather train trotters than pacers, but my owners seem to be pacing guys, so you got to play the cards you're dealt.
I know you had a great background working for the Armstrong brothers, right, as well? And I think you worked for Brian Pinsky, right, as well?
Yeah. I started at Armbro when I was 13, and I think I used to be a big pedigree guru, and I don't have quite as much time to get involved, but I think working there for that long, really helped me out, meeting a lot of people and helping to pick yearlings, take the good with the bad. Kind of thing. It was a really good experience, and something to build on, and really, I worked for Blair Burgess one summer, the first time I was ever away from home, and
wow, that's quite a resume. That's pretty good.
I had to train for Brian while he was still alive. The first year that they were at their training center, I spent some time in Chicago, and then trained down there with him. So I think that's laid Armbro and Brian helped lay some good groundwork for training young horses.
Top horses, you've had a little taste of this kind of top level, a Fast Pay, Prodigal, Sealster. I know he was a top 3-year-old, and also Tarpon, Hanover. So you've had a little taste of that stakes or top stakes success. Are there any others that I'm missing here? I don't think so.
I've had some other nice horses too, but I've been on the fringe. I've won a lot of Ontario stakes, and it's nice to be here and have one of the favorites in a race like this.
But you're still a young guy, 35 years old, from Brampton, Ontario. What is your stable status right now? Where are you stabled, and how are things shaping up for you right now?
I stable right beside Flamborough Downs, about 15-20 minutes south of Mohawk at Stevenson's Training Center. I love it there. I lease half the farm. And we only have we have a beautiful half-mile track and lots and lots of paddocks, and I got a 45-stall barn that's always full. It seems every time one leaves, a couple want to come, but we always have room for good horses.
Well, despite the relative demise of Ontario racing with the cancellation of the Slots at Racetracks program, you're still thriving, still doing well. Right?
I think things are just getting better and better. For myself, my stable, I'm really lucky to have a lot of good help. And a lot of good owners, and the horses keep getting better and better, and it makes things busier, but the better horses make my job a lot easier.
Well, sometimes it just takes pulling the right halter at that sale, like some beach somewhere. You get that marquee horse, and you did it this time for just $3,000. How did you, dare I say, stumble on He's Watching? How did you get that horse?
Like I said, I look at a lot of yearlings. I try to get as many farms as I can, even though it's stake season. And then whether it be Kentucky or Harrisburg or the sales at home, I look at an obscene amount of yearlings. He's Watching got on my to look at list because he was a New York bred. That year I was looking at every sex and gait for Ontario horses and New York Pacers and some beaches. So I'd pre-marked my book, and he wasn't on my short list because I thought he was more like a $40,000 June foal.
June 13. He was born on my birthday.
Well, there you go. Good guys are born
Casey
on June
Coleman
13.
Too. Right.
Yeah. And he wasn't on my short list, so I'm lucky I didn't miss him. I flicked my book open and I'd had it pre-marked, and I score all my horses based on physical appearance. and then I worry about breeding after that. You know, I thought they were on the wrong number. You know, I couldn't figure out why he was selling so low, and you know, I got lucky, and sometimes it's better be lucky than good. But
well, let's see. A Dan Patch Award, 3 world records, 6.
Only two.
Only 2. I'm sorry. 2.
We're working on number 3.
6 track records, and we're going to look at the one at Tioga Downs here. I was there that day. 150 was the mile here, and just a blowout effort right here. Do you recall this day?
He's watching. He's left him in his wake. He's watching. We're all watching. A potential superstar in the making.
All right, terrific stuff. Well, did you expect an effort like that?
You know, he'd had a little bit of bad luck. He battled a little bit of a foot issue and greenness. Too much speed. His first 2 starts when he made breaks over Saratoga and Buffalo. You know, I think we really had him right there in Tioga, and you know, I never questioned his speed. I don't think anybody has, but you know, he really started to, you know, everything started to line up last year in Tioga.
Undefeated, 8 for 8, and very flattering, by the way. Thank you for that imitation race call there. But you sold half interest last fall to Joe Mascara Trust, and this is going to be an emotional night for the family, the Mascara family, right? Yeah,
you know, they've been super people to deal with, and you know, myself and the rest of my partners would you know, like to give our best wishes to the family. You know, and hopefully we can get the job done for Joe.
Adds extra meaning to the possible victory here tonight.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It does.
Absolutely. We're going to look at his elimination from last week, and we saw that explosive speed here. And you said that this was the first time he actually got a trip. Right?
Yeah, he's always had to do the work. You know, he's maybe got left alone. He was in you know, cheaper last year when he was in the New York Sire Stakes. You know, but just to stay out of trouble and to get the job done, you know, he was always doing the work. You know, even whether it's spotting them 25 lengths after making breaks, or, you know, swooping the field, or, you know, just him against the clock. You know, he'd always done all the work, and, you know, last night's the first time he really got a, you know, a toe or a trip, and he sure appreciated it.
I know you didn't say anything, or you said nothing to Tim Tetrick before you go on the track. But when he came off the track, what were some of the words that he had for He's Watching?
Even at Mohawk, you know, when he moved from 5th to 1st, you know, he was just wowed by his speed, and, you know, I think he was wowed at how easy he did it the other night. You know, but I think the thing that really impressed him last week was just how smart the colt is. You know, he did everything Tim wanted him to do, and the colt knew exactly what to do, and you know, we got it done.
What kind of a week did he have? Where has he been hiding out, and how did he train?
He trained super. I trained him Tuesday. You know, usually I would train him Wednesday, but you know, he's 2 for 2. He won last week training on Tuesday, and he won the Burlington training on Tuesday. I've stayed down here with myself all week with him at Gateway Farms, and you know, he couldn't be feeling better. You know, he made noises going to the paddock today that I've never heard him make before. He's pretty high on himself. He's not real big, but he thinks he's big.
Nobody from this crop last year made more than $400,000, and that is reflective in the crop this year and the field we have tonight. It's really, really wide open. Are there any other horses that you fear in there? Who are your main concerns?
I think you know, they're all good horses. You know, I think you know, Tactors will be tough. You know, I think Luck Be With You. He's improving. First start Lasix tonight, but you know, I think you know, J.K. and Menary. You know, he's got the resume. You know, you look right down the page, you know, all the ones right there, and winning North American Cup, and you know, except for one blemish on his page, you can't not go with J.K. and Menary.
You've got another horse in on the card tonight, the one Charmed Life and the Miss Versatility. She's in pretty deep here. What's the story behind her?
She's a nice mare. You know, I've had her since March. You know, she can go with these mares. You know, it's just such a tough division.
Yeah.
When you look at the top 4 horses, but you know, I think she's going to like this track, and you know, she's got the right post. She's better than her lines luck. She's first start Lasix tonight, and you know, we're going to need a lot of luck in there. If we get a check, the bigger the better.
What would it mean? I mean, this is a tough question, real tough question. What would it mean to hoist that Meadowlands Trophy tonight for Dave Menary at age 35?
You know, it'd be my biggest win. You know, I never think about the money until the next day. You know, I take a lot of pride in my work, and you know, I'm lucky to be involved with a horse like this. So I'm just enjoying the ride, and you know, I'm happy to be here.
And I know you're a big fan of In the Sulky interviews, right?
Yeah, I kill a lot of time on YouTube. I don't know. I'm probably not going down in the Hall of Fame, but I'm sure I'll watch mine too.
Well, you did a great job, Dave Menary, a young gun with the arrow-pointed skyward. Best of luck in the Meadowlands Pace tonight with the rest of your barn. I know you've got to rush out of here after tonight and drive halfway to Buffalo and drive the rest of the way tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you got to make hay while the sun shines.
All right, terrific stuff. Well, terrific. Thanks for joining us. And up next, the Meadowlands Pace Encyclopedia as we tee up the rest of the night.